these are the orders. Whenever I start with a new set of interns, I always tell them like these are the expected orders that I expect you to do without me telling you to do it. Okay, it's very important, and it sounds silly, but it's very important. And these things, if I have a list of like a 20 patients on my list, I will probably have a hard time putting them myself. So I definitely need the help of my interns help me with that. So what are these orders? Repeating electrolytes every morning. And it sounds silly, but it's very important. And if it's missed by the intern, probably nobody will repeat that because we expect the interns are seeing the numbers in the morning and topping off whatever missing. You guys know about the the 2, 3, 4 method? Do you know about that? So 2 is for the mag, 3 is for the phos, and 4 is for the potassium. So whenever we check potassium, we want it above 4. Whenever we check phos, we want it above 3. And whenever we check mag, we need it above 2. If you don't know how to replete a certain electrolyte, ask your senior. And you will get used to it. And it's a very simple process. Okay? Just ask and you will get the hang of it. It's very easy. When you get a new admit or you inherit new patients on a new rotation, they should be on these basic orders. They should have a diet order or they should be MPO for a good reason. Okay. Activity orders, that always the nursing will keep bugging you about it. And then I usually put ad lib, which is basically allowing the patient to move unless I have a reason for me to keep him not moving. Bowel regimen, and this is my go-to bowel regimen, and I never had issues with it, like causing like excessive diarrhea or anything, which is basically I put the people on Doxina and Miralax scheduled every day unless the patient is admitted for diarrhea. So, and I put holding parameters to hold the bowel regimen if diarrhea or more than 3 bowel movements a day. Morning labs, at least you have on the first day for the patient, at least you have a CBC and basic metabolic panel. And then if you figured these are basically stable over 2 or 3 days and it's not changing, you could probably discuss during rounds discontinuing the unnecessary labs. Okay, but you need to make sure that you have a labs for the next day. And DVT prophylaxis, and this is a really, really big one. And I can't emphasize more. DVT prophylaxis, all the patients should be on DVT prophylaxis if not contraindicated. And I've seen patients who missed their DVT prophylaxis 5-6 days, and then they have like an active cancer ongoing, and they ended up with like an extensive DVT. So it's kind of like an issue. It can become an issue down the road, especially with like patients staying for a long time in the hospital. And just general rules about the DVT prophylaxis. If the patient is bleeding, then you just put the compression stocking, and then if there is no contraindication, then we're going to give the pharmacologic. The pharmacologic one, if the patient is already on therapeutic, if he's on home Eliquis, we're going to just restart that. If he had a CKD or ESRD patient, we're going to put him on heparin. If there's no kidney issues, then put him on Lovenox 40 daily. And that's pretty much it. Any questions so far?